But your cat watched you leave this morning, and something happened inside them that most owners never think about and never see. What your cat does in the first 5 minutes after you walk out that door reveals everything about how they actually feel about being alone. And for millions of cats, it's not okay. This video is about what really goes on in your cat's mind when you leave, and the simple things you can do before walking out the door that completely change their experience. Not fancy products, not expensive gadgets. Real, science-backed habits that take under 5 minutes and make a bigger difference than most owners ever realize. If your cat has ever greeted you at the door like you'd been gone for a year, or if you've ever come home to knocked over plants and shredded furniture, stay with me. Because there's a reason for all of it. Number 1. Your scent is more powerful than you think. Cats experience the world almost entirely through smell. While humans are visual creatures, your cat builds their whole understanding of safety and comfort through scent. When you leave, your scent starts to fade. And to your cat, that's not just an absence, it feels like a slow disappearance of the one thing that tells them everything is okay. Here's something simple that changes this completely. Before you leave, place a worn t-shirt or a piece of clothing you've used near their favorite resting spot. Don't wash it. Your cat will sleep on it, press their face into it, and stay calmer throughout the day because your scent signals safety even when you're not physically there. Think about it from their side. Your smell is the most comforting thing in their world. Leaving a piece of it behind costs you nothing. Number 2. The window they look out of matters more than the view. Most people think cats stare out windows just to watch birds. But here's the surprising part, that window is actually your cat's emotional lifeline while you're away. Cats are crepuscular, which means they're most active around dawn and dusk. During the quiet hours of the day, visual stimulation from outside helps regulate their nervous system. It gives them something to focus on, something to track, something that feels alive. But not every window works. A window at ground level with a blank wall view does almost nothing. A window with natural movement, trees, birds, street activity keeps their brain engaged and reduces the stress of an empty, silent house. Before you leave, make sure at least one window with a good view is accessible. Pull back the curtain. That's it. That small act gives your cat hours of natural mental stimulation. Number 3. Silence is not actually restful for cats. This one surprises almost everyone. We assume that a quiet house is a calm house. But cats who live with people are adapted to ambient sound, your voice, your footsteps, the noise of daily life. When that disappears completely, the silence itself becomes a signal that something is wrong. Studies on feline stress have shown that cats left in complete silence show higher stress indicators than cats left with soft background noise. Low-volume television, a nature sounds playlist, or even a podcast playing in another room gives your cat something to anchor to. It doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to exist. The sound says, the world is still going. You're not abandoned. This is still home. Does your cat seem restless when you come back, or do they ignore you for a while before warming up? Let me know in the comments. It tells you a lot about how they handled being alone. Number 4. Their last interaction with you sets the tone for hours. Here's where it gets interesting. Cats don't experience time the way we do, but they do carry emotional residue. The energy of your last interaction before you leave stays with them. If you rush out the door stressed, distracted, or in the middle of scolding them for jumping on the counter, that emotional tone lingers. Cats are incredibly sensitive to human emotional states. They read your body language, your voice, your pace. A calm, quiet 2-minute play session or a slow, gentle pet before you leave shifts your cat into a relaxed state. It communicates. I'm leaving, but everything is fine. Not rushed, not worried, safe. This is the difference between a cat that waits by the door in anxiety and a cat that finds a sunny spot and sleeps peacefully. Number 5. Feeding. Schedule is an emotional anchor. Not just nutrition. Routine is a form of security for cats. Their brains are wired to predict patterns, and when those patterns are consistent, their stress levels drop significantly. When your cat knows that food arrives at a certain time, their entire day gets structured around that expectation. It gives them a reason to be calm because something good and predictable is coming. Free feeding disrupts this. Unpredictable mealtimes create a low-level anxiety that most owners never connect to behavior problems like overgrooming, hiding, or aggression. If your schedule allows it, feeding at consistent times, even just twice a day, gives your cat an emotional clock. They know when you're coming back in the only way they can know anything, through routine. Asterisk asterisk number 6. The goodbye ritual you don't know you have, asterisk asterisk. Here's the most important point, and the one that changes everything once you understand it. Your cat has already learned your departure routine, the sound of your keys, the particular shoes you wear to work, the way you pick up your bag. They know what all of it means before you even reach the door. And for anxious cats, that sequence of events triggers stress every single time before you even leave. The fix isn't to sneak out. That actually makes things worse. The fix is to desensitize the routine by occasionally picking up your keys and not leaving, or putting on your shoes and then sitting back down. Over time, your cat's brain learns that those signals don't always mean absence. It sounds almost too simple. But cat behavior specialists have used this exact approach for years, and it genuinely reduces separation anxiety in cats who've struggled for months or even years. Your cat doesn't ask for much. They don't need you home every second. They just need to feel like the world is still safe when you're gone. And now you know exactly how to give them that. A worn shirt, an open window, a little background noise, a calm goodbye, consistent meals, small things. But to your cat, they're everything. If you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, not just their habits, but their actual inner world, subscribe to KittyCam. Every week, we go deeper into the science and emotion behind cat behavior, and we make it simple enough to actually use.